On February 28, 1994, volunteers with the Palm Springs Mounted Police, headed by Rescue Coordinator Chris Maxwell, were called in to search a rugged desert canyon in southeastern California. 3 boys reported missing had been seen there the day before, but no one was sure they were still there.
Their sisters already hiked out. Apparently they went up there to play hooky. They were going to go home when school was out. I've interviewed their parents.
The local police department wasn't very concerned because these juveniles had frequently played hooky. But we decided to take a cursory search in the lower canyon. It's a no trespassing area, but people continually walk by those signs. It's a very inviting spot with waterfall and running water. We have a lot of accidents in there, but they're mostly alcohol related.
All right, well, we'll start on up.
The upper canyon is more of a danger.
Reserve Officer John Hathaway was among the volunteers on the search team.
We got to the end of the lower trail, and the consensus was that these kids were probably back at one of the local eateries laughing at all the trouble they had caused.
We just go up to the top and make sure.
But I felt that since we had come this far, we should at least go check the upper trail.
So I suppose you want me to go with you? That'd be good exercise.
John's sort of a fitness nut. It's a very treacherous and a very demanding climb. So 2 of the team members decided to go back.
The area is made up of a lot of decomposed granite, which can come apart when you step on it. About anything that a hiker can get in trouble with is there.
Once you get up there, you're on a real narrow trail. It's about 400 feet above the valley floor.
As kind of a lark, hello, I just yelled out, "Hello." To my astonishment, there was a return reply of, "Help me."
Hello! Keep yelling so we can find you!
Once you're in the canyon, there really is no way out.
Where are you? I can't see you!
Whoever it was over the side, they were not going to get out on their own.
Step away from the rock!
We thought we had found the 3 boys.
What's your name? Jennifer!
This was a little bit of shock to both Chris and I because there had been no report of a missing female hiker.
Are you alone?
No, I'm with Jennifer.
She said, "I'm hiking with Jennifer." And this was a little confusing since she just said her name was Jennifer.
Where's she at?
She's not breathing. I think she's dead.
We figured that we had a rescue and then a body recovery.
She was a couple hundred feet below us, and it was a very sheer grade.
We didn't have ropes with us at the time.
Maxwell Base, do you copy?
Thanks, go ahead.
We have located 2 victims. One's alive and one body recovery.
Jennifer, working on the helicopter right now. I'll get the teams together and we'll send them your way.
Hurry, I'm sending her.
She was scared. Since she'd been there alone for some time, I started to hike to the end of the canyon to see if I could get down to Jennifer before darkness.
Hello?
I heard a voice.
Jennifer?
I immediately knew it was Jennifer number 2, and I was just blown away that she was alive.
How you doing?
She was shivering. I can tell by the blood on the rock that she had a gash on the back of her head.
I can't feel my legs.
I knew that she definitely had some spinal injuries. It was very important we got her out forthwith.
Backward,
We need to get this going. It's getting dark quick, and she will not last the night.
Helicopter is 15 minutes out. We'll be in the air shortly.
Yeah, she's doing good.
While we waited for the ship to arrive, she told me that they'd both fallen. Her friend, Jennifer, had gone for help. She'd had no food or water for about 24 hours.
You like to fly helicopters? Do you? Okay, you're going to get your first ride. Free of charge.
She was such a beautiful little girl, just laying there, so vulnerable.
Safe, we'll take good care of you.
I can just imagine the terror that must have gone through her, unable to move all night long in the dark with coyotes and animals. She had to be terrified.
You'll be all right, Jen. You'll be all right. Kenny's here. He'll take good care of you.
When Nurse Ken Piner reached the scene, he took over her care.
Kenny, this is the brave little Jennifer. I tell you, she's doing great.
My greatest concern was getting her out and without adding additional injury to her. I could see where she had fallen from. It was about 150 feet up.
They told no one they were going to go hiking there, so no one had reported them missing.
It was fortunate that we'd gotten called for something totally different. If we had not found her when we did, I fully believe that she would have died before morning.
I had gone through my mind for the last 2 hours of what needed to be done to get Jennifer, one, out.
Helicopters cannot fly inside the canyon after dark, so I rappelled down.
The darkness just intensifies the amount of danger. We just have to be that much more careful.
How you doing?
The first thing I had to tell her that her friend was okay.
Stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there. Oh, no, that's all.
She was crying. She was so happy.
Come on, everything's going great.
She did not want to wait till morning to bring her out, so we hooked up a haul system so we could pull Jennifer up to our location.
Okay, watch yourself now.
I went ahead and put a cervical collar on her for safety, and I tied her about 6 feet above me on the rope.
Ready to haul. Haul.
Put yourself on the rock. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Yeah, walk the rock, yeah, come on. All right.
The first victim, 22-year-old Jennifer Mays, had been taken to Desert Hospital, where she was examined by trauma surgeon Oscar Paz-Alsu.
She had the signs of environmental exposure and couldn't feel a pinprick from the belly button down.
You can see in the CAT scan here.
The x-rays were fairly dramatic. We could see a bony fragment completely displaced into the spinal canal, and this will act as a projectile and will sever the spinal cord at that level. There was no doubt in my mind that the damage was permanent.
Dr. Manning, I'm Dr. Pasan.
Her mother, Lupe Vera, was not prepared for the news.
She has a very bad spine.
I care for her so much. I love her so much that my feelings were disbelief and just numb.
Haul.
Did you work down here?
We talked about everything else except what we were doing.
Stuck. Keep pulling. It's stuck. Don't pull. Lock it. Lock it. Reset it. Reset.
If that rope would have snapped, we both would have gone down to our deaths.
Pull. Ready. Whoa. She's right here. She's right here.
It took another hour and a half to 2 hours to get her from the bottom of the canyon to the landing zone where the helicopter could put one skid on a rock and pick her up. It was the hardest rescue I ever did.
It was just by chance that we came upon. These girls had someone sitting on their shoulder, watching out for them.
Although 23-year-old Jennifer Staten fractured 2 vertebrae, she has recovered. Her best friend, Jennifer Mays, was hospitalized for 4 months, undergoing rehabilitation to learn to live with the paralysis she suffered when she fell.
When I took her up there, was to show her there's actually green and water, and, you know, it's really pretty up there.
You've done this before, right? Yeah. When I was a kid.
We were joking and laughing around, and I decided that I was going to try and climb down to see the waterfall up close. I started to climb down to see if she was, you know, okay. I was not able to move, and that was kind of scary, you know, have no power over your body to just get up and go.
Okay, let's see what we have. It's not too bad, Jennifer.
The physicians, the professionals there at the hospital were very overwhelmed of Jennifer's immediate acceptance to it all. You know, her attitude was, I'm paralyzed, now I got to get on with it.
Oh, wait.
Within 6 months, she was just amazingly maneuvering her wheelchair. I've learned a lot with her being around. That life is what you can do with it, you know, and what you want to do with it.
That must be quite interesting. So,
The major lesson I hope people learn is that when they go somewhere, to let someone know where they're hiking and let them know about when they think they're going to be back.
And I also hope that they learn that sometimes those no trespassing signs are there for a reason. They're not there just to keep you out. They're there also to keep you from getting into trouble like the Jennifers did.
are you working yet? Or,
With the falls they took, the area they took, it really amazes me that they are alive today. I told both girls that we were tied together for life, and I do expect big things from them.
But my legs are up in the air.
They're putting themselves in danger to do what they have to do. And without them, you know, I probably wouldn't be here. We got pretty close there. So I just tell them, you got me out of there, you got to deal with me for the rest of your life.